Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has emphasized the urgent need to improve internally generated revenue (IGR) in Nigeria's aviation industry by tackling revenue leakages, highlighting how unauthorized allocation, complementary tickets, and inflated revenue figures are depriving the sector of critical income. To address these issues, the minister is pushing for greater transparency, accountability, and reforms aimed at ensuring that all revenues due to the sector are properly collected and managed, with the ultimate goal of making Nigeria's aviation industry a stronger and thriving sector.
And I'm sure this is no longer a secret. Plans are afoot.
The launch of the book, 100 Years of Civil Aviation in Nigeria, History, Issues and Prospects, sparked conversations centered around a shared vision amongst guests at the event, a vibrant and thriving Nigerian aviation industry. Speaking at the event, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, highlighted sweeping reforms currently underway to transform the sector. Central to these reforms is the Smart Airport Initiative, which aims to integrate advanced technologies to enhance security, improve efficiency, and elevate the overall passenger experience.
You're talking of 100 years of aviation in Nigeria, and you have a committed young man journalist kicking off the process instead of government. Rather than him thanking us for being here, we should thank you. We still have a lot to do in terms of improving our infrastructure and making it world class. We have smart airports all over the world now. And I'm sure this is no longer a secret. Plans are afoot to pull down the old airport in Lagos and build a brand new one. And I told her, when they first brought the first BOQ to me, I said, no, we're not going to build block and cement. Take this BOQ back and make sure, let's do it once about make it a smart airport.
He also unveiled plans to improve the sector's internally generated revenue, pushing for greater transparency, accountability, and reforms.
Our IGR is one of the sectors where we have a lot of high IGR. We generate revenue for government. But then that does not mean we want to impose more taxes. It's just that we have so many leakages within the aviation sector, the aviation ecosystem. So we are not maximizing our capacity to earn revenue. The sources of revenues are there, but we're not maximizing it. And one of them is what I took to the Federal Executive Council. I asked them one day, I said, what is all these tickets you are? I said, why are we not, how much are you making from these gates? All over the world, the airports are told where you park and all that. And they were giving me the figures. I said, no. What is the problem? They said there are so many big men.
The Managing Director, Federal Airports Authority, FAN, Olubumi Kuku, echoed the need for deeper investment in fleet renewal and regional connectivity.
The true narrative lies not in the numbers. Nigeria should take pride in how it's asserted control over our airspace and transformed it into one of Africa's most promising aviation markets.
Earlier in the day, Chairman of the event and President Aviation Roundtable, Dr. Gbenga Olowo, stressed the significance of the book, describing it as a record of legacy and a guide for strategic realignment.
ART is proud to be associated with a bundle of history being unveiled today. It's a beautiful precursor to the grand celebration of the centennial celebration being put together by the Aviation Safety Roundtable Initiative. We therefore see today's gathering of eminent personalities and operators in the Nigeria's aviation industry as a significant tip of the iceberg. Our poster boy for today is a co-opted member of the Aviation Roundtable's highly celebrated 100 Years of Aviation in Nigeria Planning Committee.
A lot of people will tell you that the aviation industry has done a lot, has improved. Yes, I agree, it has marginally improved. We are not where we should be. The growth has been very, very slow compared to other countries, most times you just look at the growth in the aviation industry, maybe less than 1%, and look at countries like Egypt, you look at countries like Kenya, you find out that their growth, year-on-year growth for aviation is between 5 and 10%.
Meanwhile, Professor of Strategy and Development, Professor Anthony Killer, who reviewed the book, commended its author, Wole Shadare, for crafting a volume that blends rigorous documentation with engaging storytelling.
The story of Nigeria is a very Nigerian story. It's a story of high potentials, high promises, poor implementation, haphazardness, improvisation, reckless behavior, illogical processes, and inability to sustain plan.
The day wrapped up with a panel discussion dissecting challenges in the sector, from regulation and infrastructure gaps to the need for data-driven planning and institutional synergy.
Right, for those who say, look, you are going to concession, bunch the airports, take one and add others. The idea is that with this they can bring up the airport. I disagree vehemently. If a woman goes to the market and finds 3 fruits of tomatoes, very excellent healthy tomatoes, surrounded by 6 rotten tomatoes, the woman will not buy it. That is what those who are recommending a viable airport, add it or out of viable airports, no investor will put his money in unviable airport.
To unveil this book, 100 years of aviation in Nigeria, by a very, very good writer, Wole Shadare.
With the successful launch of the book, there is a shared sense of optimism and purpose amongst both the guests and speakers at the event. The consensus is clear. This publication is not just a reflection on the current state of the aviation industry, but as well a catalyst for meaningful change.